Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, November 14th, and I'm Kristen McDonald. This week on Norwood News, Jack Tolman shares more classic NHS memories. We hear from this year's Veterans Day keynote speaker, and Mark Ryan brings us details on the new traffic signals downtown. All this and more coming up on this week's Norwood News. The annual Veterans Day Parade was held this past Tuesday to honor those who have served in the U.S. military. This year's keynote speaker was NHS Class of 2019 and National Guardsman Aidan Reardon. NCM talked with Aidan Reardon, who expressed his gratitude for the opportunity to be keynote speaker and to speak on behalf of his fellow service members.
I'm here today to honor the veterans of America. I served and had the privilege of serving. A big reason for that was the veterans of America, those who came before us. So I think it's important to keep that day honorable, and I'm here to do that today. So definitely something I didn't think I'd have the privilege of doing this young, but given my deployment, Derek reached out, and it's been a wonderful experience to be able to stand here before my fellow Americans and veterans and speak on my experiences. So it was a great opportunity for me. I was privileged to do it, and I'm so happy I did. Veterans Day, to me, a big reason why I wanted to serve in the first place was I feel like every young boy, at least, has some sort of pull, and they can't really fully explain why. And I think a big reason why is you look up to veterans and those who came before you and those who keep this place safe. And so, to me, it's a big reason why I joined in the first place, So it's really important to me to honor the veterans who came before us. And it gives me reason, especially given my recent deployment, when you're overseas and you're kind of down in the dumps, you remember those who came before you who maybe had a little bit worse, Vietnam, World War II. I mean, history is important. So to me, Veterans Day is a big reason to honor them and to remember why I served in the first place. It helps me remain grateful for my life in America as a civilian now. And so that's what it means to me. I was very happy to do it.
So as the veterans agent for the town of Norwood, it's my responsibility to put on these types of ceremonies and parades. And each year we do it for the Veterans Day and Memorial Day specifically. And Veterans Day is obviously near and dear to my heart as a veteran. And it means a lot to be able to see a nice crowd show up and really understand that there's still a lot of people out there who support the military and support their veterans. As a veteran, it's recognizing the sacrifices and service of the men and women of our armed forces because, they're deployed a lot, they're deployed still, and life is very busy and people can forget very easily. So it's good to have a day like this where we pause and give thanks and understand what a lot of these families and their veterans are going through.
Well past their life expectancy and having served the town well, new traffic signals are coming to Norwood Center. DPW Director and Town Engineer Mark Ryan explains the new state-of-the-art system currently being installed. The new system will feature advanced signal coordination technology to better accommodate all modes of travel through the busy downtown area.
Hi everyone, Mark Ryan here, Director of Public Works and Town Engineer in Norwood, to give you an update of what's happening down in Norwood Center. For the past few months, town meeting approved $5 million to replace the traffic signals in Norwood Center and Manhattan Street. These traffic signals that are presently in place, the existing ones were put in 1984, and they've outlasted their life expectancy. Getting parts is next to impossible for repairs. A lot of the conduit feeding the signals are old and need to be replaced. They're not state-of-the-art traffic signals like is available now. So this $5 million project is started this summer. Covio Electric is the low bidder. They're a traffic signal contractor. And during the past few months, they've been installing new foundations for the new mast arms that are going in. They've been putting in the foundations for the traffic signal control boxes, the new ones that have to go in, and they're putting in the conduit that feeds these new mast arms in traffic boxes. The conduits will carry the wires that connect all the infrastructure. As winter comes around, we're going to stop work, and in the spring we'll pick up and do the bulk of the work above ground. You'll start seeing signal mast arms go up. You'll start seeing traffic control boxes come in. And in the end, we're going to have a state-of-the-art system, uniformity throughout the whole travelway of Washington Street from Giles Square to Railroad Ave, and Manhattan Street from Washington Street to the police and fire station. We'll have pedestrian controls that'll be more uniform. They'll have the audio-visual component to it, so it'll be a lot safer. So it's a great upgrade, long overdue. Over 40 years, the existing ones have been in place. They've served us well, but this new project, like I said, will be quite an upgrade. They'll look nice. They'll have ornamental features to it. They'll blend in with our ornamental street lighting. So all in all, we think this is a great project, and we appreciate town meeting for supporting this project.
One of the FY25 capital improvement projects was the construction of the apparatus floor at the Norwood Fire Department, which has recently been completed. Deputy Chief Jeff Campilio has more.
How you doing? I'm Jeff Campilio, Deputy Chief with the Fire Department. I'm here with NCM, and we're here to discuss the new apparatus floor that just got replaced last month. It was desperately needed. The floor had a lot of cracks. There was a lot of trip hazards. It was dangerous to the crew and pulling the trucks in and out. It's been taking abuse over the last 20 plus years. The Fire Department, we're very, very thankful that the floor got completed.
When Norwood News returns, we're throwing it back with some classic NHS memories. We take a look at what's happening in school news, and Ron Marshalsea has the week's sports update.
The Norwood Wellness Fair is happening Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Norwood High School. Presented by the Norwood Public Schools Health Council, this free community event brings together local health and wellness resources, family-friendly activities, and tips for healthy living. Open to everyone in the community, connect, learn, and celebrate wellness at the Norwood Wellness Fair.
Jack Tolman, class of 1981, has put together some classic NHS memories and moments in display cases that anyone can see right inside the gym of Norwood High School. This case honors the life and career of legendary coach Giles Parker, who passed in 2019 and was inducted into the NHS Athletic Hall of Fame in 2015.
Hey everybody, this is Jack Tolman from the class of 1981, and I'm standing here up at the walking track, which is located in Norwood High School above the gymnasium. And behind me are 25 display cases which were funded by groups, organizations, and individuals. I reached out to them to see if we could raise the money to have these cabinets built so we could display archives, memorabilia, class memories, and basically to be a Norwood High School Cooperstown. This display case was donated by Norwood High School Alumni Association, and some of the donators of the cases have allowed me the freedom to rotate the inventory so we can change it up a little bit. And currently what this display case is featuring Giles Parker. Giles was the longtime history teacher at Norwood High School as well as the girls basketball coach, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2015. So that year we decided to profile Giles's career. In this case, you'll see the basketball that was presented to Giles when he got his 400th win in 1999. But you'll also see a lot of pictures of him with his teams and rosters. Giles, as you can tell, was a very dapper dresser on the sidelines. On the court, he always had a blazer and a tie and was ready to go to coach the girls. You'll see his 300th win plaque in 1994. In 1997, the girls basketball team went to the Division II South Sectional Finals. Not only is Giles in the Hall of Fame, 15 of his players have been inducted into the Norwood High School Hall of Fame. You'll see his own Bay State League coat that was donated by Casey McDonald, who has a picture here with him, and Casey brought in a lot of memorabilia when Giles went into the Hall of Fame. Giles was a pioneer in girls' sports, started when things were just kind of growing, and turned the Norwood girls basketball team into a dynasty. Throughout his career, Giles had an outstanding roster of assistant coaches that helped him throughout his career. Here is a great picture of Giles and longtime coach Bill Riley. Giles Parker was a well-respected coach, and many of his players have gone on to coach themselves. As you can see, inside these display cases are high school memories that are frozen in time. I would like to invite you to come up to Norwood High School, come up to the walking track, root the Mustangs on for a game, and turn around and relive your high school memories.
If there is one thing we all know about Norwood, it is that when our neighbors need help, the residents rally and support each other. This week, volunteers gathered to put together bags of groceries and a fresh meal for neighbors who might go without their SNAP benefits.
Hey everyone, General Manager Tony Musico coming to you for the Balch Elementary School with our stand-up Mustang Food Pantry. I want to first thank all the volunteers who have donated their time, donated their food, including Ernie Bach and Subaru of New England, who have brought thousands of dollars of food here to the Balch for delivery to the community. I also want to thank the school food service team and the donors there who are preparing meals in a bag, which are ready to cook meals that families are taking home tonight. We know that there's a lot of food security in the community at any given time, particularly right now, as well as a lot of angst in the community about what's going on with SNAP benefits. So the community's really rallied to make sure that we can provide food and supplies to folks in the community. You can see here at the Balch in our beautiful gym in our 100-plus-year-old building, still serving the community in many more ways in addition to educating some of the brightest kids in town. So thanks to Diane Ferreira at the Balch and Haley for leading the volunteers and everyone else who's made this happen.
I am so happy that the town of Norwood has turned out to help other people in need. We have had probably a good 20 people in here in the gymnasium helping put together bags of food for folks that are not as advantaged as others. In particular, the folks that had these SNAP cards. And I have to give really a good shout out to our food service, and because they have just supplied us with 120 meals for folks that will be easy to prepare and have a good family dinner.
Now let's send it over to Bridget Kidd for the latest in school news.
I'm Bridget Kidd, and let's check out what's happening in our Norwood schools. The first and third graders at the Oldham have buddied up for some collaboration. They work together once a week, focusing on reading, holiday, and SEL activities. It's a great way to learn and build the school community. At the Callahan School, let's take a look at the fun they had at their Monster Mash. At Norwood High School, I am a part of the NHS TV program and volunteer for NHS Update, the daily high school news program that is broadcasted live. Here's a short highlight video.
Tune in weekday mornings at 8:15 for one of New England's longest-running live broadcasts of a high school news program. NHS Update is produced by a dedicated crew of students who arrive early each day to bring the latest school news directly to classrooms and beyond. Using professional-grade equipment provided by Norwood Community Media, these students gain hands-on experience in live TV production while learning the various roles needed to create a fast-paced broadcast. The show covers everything from school news, announcements, and upcoming events to highlights from clubs, sports, and the arts. Special guests often join the broadcast to promote their events, and school administrators use NHS Update as a platform to communicate with the entire student body. NHS Update has opened doors for many students, with alumni going on to pursue careers in communications, broadcasting, and video production. Tune in every weekday at 8:15 a.m. for the live broadcast of NHS Update on the Community Channel, right here on Norwood Community Media.
The Coakley Middle School has also started a TV news program using their new TV studio. It was built during the construction and funded in part by NCM. The students started using it last month and produced their own morning announcements. It is under the direction of Joe Sleeman and Jack Tolman, and the students are learning very fast. We can't wait to see them in this studio very soon. At the Prescott School, students in 3rd and 4th grade visited the Whale-mobile, a life-sized inflatable whale that sparks curiosity and inspires ocean stewardship. During the visit, students stepped inside the whale to explore its anatomy, learn about conservation, and discover how whales and the ocean are connected to our daily lives, no matter where we live. Thank you to the PTO for funding this enrichment opportunity for students. The Willett kindergartners have been having the most fun this fall. Over the past 2 weeks, the students and staff celebrated the season with their annual 3Bs parade, showing off costumes that align with safety, kindness, and respect. The staff took the opportunity to reinforce some literacy skills by dressing as Foundations cards. The following week, staff and students enjoyed the scenic Germany Brook Trail directly behind the school grounds. Everyone enjoyed a beautiful fall day exploring the woods, and some kids were even able to climb to the top of Mount Norwood. Thank you to the Community Trails Committee for their continued support. There are a few more weeks of fall to enjoy. Stay tuned to see what fun is still in store. That wraps up this week's school news. A big thank you to all of the teachers who keep us in the loop with their updates. It really helps to see the wonderful things happening in our schools. Reporting for Norwood School News, I'm Bridget Kidd. And now, here's Ron Marshalsea with the latest in sports.
I'm Ron Marshalsea, and this is your sports update. The football team headed to Pembroke last Thursday and fought a tough matchup, but couldn't take down the Titans. The Mustangs host Bellingham on the 14th at 6 o'clock, and don't forget about the 96th Thanksgiving matchup between the Norwood Mustangs and the Dedham Marauders, live on the NCM Community Channel Thanksgiving morning at 10 a.m. The cross-country team competed on Saturday at the Division IIA Championship at Northfield Mountain. Sophomore Bridget Flynn placed 5th out of 155 runners, and she, along with junior Kieran Gorman, qualified to compete in the state championship on Saturday the 15th at Fort Devens. They will toe the line at 11:45. Congratulations and good luck to them. And another congratulations is in order for the cheer team as they placed 4th at TVLs on November 2nd and qualified for regionals, which will be happening this Sunday at Marshfield High School, start time at 10 a.m. And the Unified basketball team played their final game of the season on Thursday but came up just short of a win against a talented Westwood team. Jeremy Shepard, Josiah Robinson, and Connor Holmes led the Mustangs, but the entire squad contributed. Norwood ended the year with the best record in the TVL and had plenty of fun along the way. And in collegiate news, 2 Reen sisters and former Mustang stars faced off against each other this past week. Kaylin Reen, a coach at Babson, and Lauren Reen, a player for Curry College, started off their seasons facing each other's teams, which ended with Babson getting the big win. Can't start a season better than with a healthy sibling rivalry, and I'm sure that game won't be discussed at all at the Thanksgiving table. An NHS alumni from the class of 2023, Noah Bodette, opened his junior season with the Emmanuel College Saints, dropping 28 points on 9 of 14 shooting and 4 for 5 from 3. And that is all I have for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshalsea, and Norwood News will be right back after this break.
Hi, I'm Peter McFarland with the Friends of Norwood Center. November and December are busy months here in Norwood. The Friends of Norwood Center are hosting 3 upcoming events. Our first one, we are once again partnering with the Castle Iron Brewing for our 5th annual Fall Crawl on Wednesday, November 19th from 7 to 11 p.m. The crawl hits 5 Norwood restaurants: Washington No. 7, Conrad's, Limey's Pub, Missoula, and Lewis's Bar and Grill. The initial meetup will be at Modern Eyes at 696 Washington Street for check-in starting at 6:30 to receive your Fall Crawl t-shirt, some fun Castle Island Brewing swag, and your starting location. Cost $25, includes your t-shirt. Check-in at Modern Eyes, 696 Washington Street, starting at 6:30. And the crawl stops will either be starting at Conrad's or Washington No. 7 at 7 p.m. Then each hour we move to Missoula, then Limey's, and finish off at Lewis's. Note, this is a 21 and over event. Our second event, November 29th, is Small Business Saturday, encouraging consumers to shop at local businesses and spend your money locally. Small Business Saturday is an annual event that takes place on the Saturday after Thanksgiving in the United States. It was founded by the American Express in 2010 to promote small businesses and encourage consumers to shop locally. Keep your money in Norwood and purchase from local restaurants and retailers. The third event is our second annual Light Up the Town window competition. The Friends of Norwood Center partners with the Rotary Club of Norwood. This window dress decorating competition invites local businesses to transform their storefronts into dazzling displays of light, creativity, and community spirit. This year's theme, Light Up the Town, will celebrate the warmth, unity, and the magic of the season. The contest runs from November 29th to December 18th. Judging categories will be People's Choice, Best Use of Theme, Most Local, Best Visual Impact. Last year we had over a dozen businesses participate, and once the businesses sign up, we'll be posting a list and where and how to cast your vote. More to come. Thank you.
The Middle School Building Committee met again in the new Coakley this week, where it was updated on several aspects of the new middle school. Some of it included relocating security cameras and adding outlets to classrooms, among other items. The committee also asked for an update on the Endine walking path, which will be provided in more detail at the next meeting. The Middle School Building Committee will meet again on December 8th. This week, the Budget Balancing Committee met to establish a plan for the FY27 budget process and to evaluate the town's free cash balance. The committee, comprised of 2 members each of the Board of Selectmen, School Committee, and Finance Commission, agreed to meet in early January to discuss preliminary budgets for the town, schools, and facilities. Following that meeting, the Board of Selectmen and Finance Commission met jointly to discuss funding sources for Articles 7, 8, and 9 on the special town meeting warrant. Bond Counsel advised the Town Manager's Office that one of the articles could not be funded with borrowing, as the Finance Commission had recommended. The 2 boards had a lengthy discussion, resulting in a plan to be presented to the town meeting body. It will then be up to the body to decide whether to approve the articles and recommendations. The Norwood Police Department has been especially active over the past week here in town. Chief Padden and the department posted on social media to thank the first responders in Norwood and to update the community. Kiki Thaxter reports.
The Norwood Police Department has had a busy few weeks here in town. Chief Padden and the department posted on social media to thank the first responders in Norwood, as well as update the community on what's been happening. While responding to routine calls, there were 2 significant incidents to note this week. Warrant arrest on November 4th. Our warrant unit arrested an individual on multiple firearm charges. Fatal crash on November 5th. Officers responded to a fatal crash on Route 1, closing the road for several hours while detectives and state police conducted an investigation. In total, Norwood officers responded to 691 calls for service, including disturbances, vandalism, motor vehicle crashes, larcenies, and general citizen concerns. Every call handled demonstrates our officers' dedication to providing professional, timely service while keeping the Norwood community safe and secure. The Norwood Police Department is committed to keeping our community safe. To share tips or concerns, call 781-440-5100. For emergencies, call 911.
Well, that's a wrap for this edition of Norwood News. For the latest updates and stories, be sure to follow Norwood Community Media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for tuning in, and from all of us here at NCM, have a great weekend.